Episode 13 of a 13 podcast. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing? I'm Nate. That's Brian here to my right. Look, y'all, the preseason has wrapped up officially, and we are headed towards week 2 of the NFL preseason. So we hope your teams escaped with as little injuries as possible, but we'll dive into that topic as well in just a little bit. But Brian, as we're recording this, happy Wednesday to you. And how you doing?
Doing fine. Just like everyone else is, just praying that I don't get an alert on my phone that another Giant went down with an injury. That's all I'm hoping for at this point.
Aren't we all, my friend? Aren't we all? I think for us, we have been blessed with a lot of bad luck as of late. So hopefully the football gods will take it easy on us now for the rest of the preseason, heading into the
that'd be
regular
nice.
season. Yeah. Because
some bullets, but I don't really want to sit around waiting anymore. I would just like to know, okay, everyone got through practice fine today. Awesome, let's roll.
it's like we're getting shot, and then it's like the Matrix where the guy's like, whoa, like avoiding the bullets. It's like we're basically like that, but we're literally one shot away from
just like scratch them a little bit. So they get a little closer every single time. That one was a little close.
So like the Trump thing.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, like that.
Nice. Let's go. We're off to a great start, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, we'll talk about the preseason week 1 and our thoughts on takeaways on that. Discuss the injuries that are going on. My guilty pleasure show. If you guys don't know about that, that's gonna be fun to discuss because I got some thoughts about that one because that show is getting good. And then some NCAA football talk towards the end. Because the official season is starting soon, I think.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Labor Day weekend.
Who plays, if you don't mind me asking?
Let me check. Week 0. College football. We got on the 24th, we have Florida State at Georgia Tech, Montana State at New Mexico, SMU at Nevada, and Delaware State at Hawaii.
Who wants to watch any of those? Except the first one, right? The first one seemed interesting.
It seems kind of cool.
Yeah, but other than that,
something. Ooh, yeah, they're 20. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing really great.
Other than that,
it doesn't get good till Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. So, but this is basically
Georgia versus. It's the appetizer to the main course.
But this is basically week 0, right? That's the Labor Day weekend is week 0.
No, that's week 1 is Labor Day weekend. Week 0 is next weekend.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So but who plays week 0? Did I ask? Is that the teams that you just said?
Yeah, week 0 is Florida State and all of them.
Gotcha. Okay. Huh, okay. Well, I mean, not as exciting as the year before because I know there was a game in Dublin, Ireland, which was the week 0.
Navy.
Yeah, who won that one? You guys, right?
Notre Dame crushed them.
Why would they schedule Navy?
10.
Why would they schedule Navy?
Rival. Navy Notre Dame is a big rivalry. Historically.
Yeah, historically. I don't know about these days.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Navy and Army's offense, I never understand why it's such a run-focused scheme.
Yeah, I think it's just take it back to the days in the 40s and 50s when they were really successful and keeping the tradition alive. So just doing it like that, I think that's what it is. Keeping the old, school college football alive, even older than I guess old school now would be Power 5 and Texas A&M in the Big 12.
Yeah, it's just to me, I'm thinking to myself just throw the ball. They know you're gonna run, so just throw it. And they never throw it. It's always option plays and quarterback draws and quarterback runs or fullback draws or fullback dives. I'm just bro, they know you're gonna run, so just throw the dang football. And they throw it 5 times a game?
If you're lucky, 5 times a game.
This is why I'm thinking about. I'll talk about that later, but just know that Navy's was one of the options I think about rebuilding when it comes to dynasty. But we'll get into that later on. But I just wanted to bring that up because I just don't understand why military teams just don't throw the football. Like you just said, it's gimmicky. I get the whole option stuff is pretty and all that, but just I don't.
I think it's just gimmicks.
I watch NFL too much. That's why I'm used to the whole balance game between running and passing. But speaking about the NFL, I think it's fair to say when it comes to the rookies that we saw on the field, they all of them played really well, right? I mean, we're talking about
Yeah.
Caleb well. Jaden Daniels played. I think Jaden Daniels was like the best quarterback out of all the rookies in week one of the
Yeah,
preseason.
he was the most impressive. Even in the limited time he had, he made the most impressive play. That pass where he audibled out of.
Woo! I mean, he was phenomenal. He had a rushing touchdown, I believe, and a passing touchdown as well. So he was the best in terms of, I think for both of us, he was the best out of everyone. But Drake May was pretty okay. Bo Nix played well. Michael Penix as well has a couple of nice passes. Let's see who else. Oh yeah, and then Joe Milton, the 6th-round quarterback for New England. He it's to the point where he might. Oh no, he's not going to take Drake May's job, but
God,
that
no.
will create some controversy. And this is, and I'm not going to say like I called it, because I never said it live. I mostly said it to myself, but I think it's fair to say for all of us that when Milton was drafted in the 6th round, it was kind of weird because why would you draft two quarterbacks who both need to be developed on the same team?
Yeah. It was like RG3 and Kirk Cousins back in the day.
Yeah. Like there was no why would you do that? Like, do you not believe in May? Or like because sure you can argue and say, yeah, we're gonna develop Milton so that way down the line, like so we can trade him away. Yeah, but you could have used the
What
sixth
value is he
round
going to
pick.
have? Probably get you
Exactly.
back a 6th-round pick.
Yeah, like you never know. Like, because that's the most you might get for him because we don't see him. We've never seen him in an NFL regular season game, and we likely won't unless injuries happen to both May and Brissett this upcoming season. And knock on wood, that doesn't happen. But
Worst case scenario for New England.
yeah,
You get hurt.
because it's your 3rd round. I mean, it's your 3rd overall pick running quarterback and a veteran guy who has had experience with the team before and that you trust a lot. So, yeah, we're already talking about injuries, and we're not even on the injury segment yet. But
Yeah.
back to the rookies here. But yeah, a lot of impressive games by those rookie quarterbacks. Now, there's some other quarterbacks who look like dog crap. Example: Stetson Bennett from the Rams. So, I'm sorry, really,
Trey
dude.
Trey Lance too. That those quarterbacks against each other was just watch.
Literally the battle of mid, man. I was just ridiculous. I'm just like, how do you
Mid is being nice. That's offensive to mid quarterbacks.
4 interceptions, man? Four by Stetson Bennett. Are you kidding? This guy won a national championship. Ain't those four
Two
interceptions?
national championships.
Oh, that's right. 2 of them.
One against Bama and one against TCU. And I know the NFL is so much different than college, but my big argument with Stetson Bennett and why I liked him coming out of the draft was like he's won everywhere he's go. So like, is he just gonna like translate? Like he won at Georgia. That's pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
I knew he wasn't gonna do anything, but I'm like, I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on him just because he's won too.
The same. I feel like that situation is similar to like the JJ McCarthy thing in that, oh yeah, McCarthy
Yeah.
was a winner, and that's why we drafted him. We'll get
Right,
to
but
that.
at the same time, I didn't want to draft Stetson Bennett in the 1st round. I knew he was going to be like a 7th-round quarterback. I'm like, I don't mind spending a 7th-round pick on a
True.
2-time Natty winner. I wouldn't mind spending a 7th-round pick on JJ McCarthy because he's a Natty winner. It's won everywhere. But
True.
6, different story.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, that was a pretty bad game to watch. But hey, at the end of the day, that's what the preseason's for.
Trey Lance himself as one of the biggest busts in NFL history.
Do you think it's too late for him? Like, do you think like this is like he just doesn't deserve a chance anymore, or do you feel like there's
shot?
hope?
No.
Really?
There's much hope for it. No, because he's already buried on Dallas's roster. I think he's already a 3rd-string quarterback. He's had
Mm-hmm.
a game and a half of regular season experience. Right, he got hurt in week 2 of 2022.
Yeah.
Preseason. Yeah, so he already gotten hurt. So he had one really good game, and then has done nothing to back up. He was already, a development project quarterback coming into the league. you're not really buying much. It's the same quarterback, had the same amount of playing time in the NFL as when you drafted him out of college. Only he's 3 years older now. So what's the point?
True. I think he played a couple regular season games with the Niners. He's stinking it up with the Cowboys, which brings up a whole different question because let's face it, Dallas. There's a mess. I mean, Dak's not paid, CD's not paid. Jerry Jones is like, yeah, we'll pay him eventually, just not now. And then CD goes on social media is like, LOL, like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. You just love to see let our division rivals, man, just struggling to pay players.
You got Jerry Jones destroying the Cowboys roster. You got ESPN confirming what I've been saying since last season, with Sirianni and Hurts supposedly hating each other, and I said Sirianni is not a good coach for Philly.
Yup.
So yeah, if only the Giants had a better roster, I would say the dysfunction of those two gives us an inside shot. But we're a couple years away from that right now.
Exactly. We're not there yet, but just give us some time. Let us develop the young guys, and we'll be back on top before you know it. But yeah, honestly, the NFC East is a bit of a mess right now. I mean, Washington has gotten better culture-wise with the new management and the new roster led by Jaden Daniels and the
Nguyen, he's got trust in Jane Daniels already. If he's letting him audible at the line of scrimmage in a preseason game, and I know it's preseason, regular season, who knows, but allow your quarterback to read the defense and be like, okay, this play's not going to work. I'm switching out. That shows a lot of confidence in that he's proving something, at least on the practice field, that he's got something.
Oh yeah, the Commanders, they're changing things up. I think management has done a heck of a job, led by Adam Peters, just changing the culture around in Washington, and stuff like that. And a comment from Coach Wilson on Instagram saying the worst division in football is the NFC East. Yeah, well, no,
South
no,
exists.
yeah, there's a South, Coach. There's a South. But you know about the South.
At least
Coach.
the NFC East has high-profile stars.
We got stars. Oh yeah.
We have stars. We have good players. We just have teams that are going to be good this season that have question marks surrounding coach and ownership.
Yeah, and the South is, well, there's like what, one or two stars? Well, Olave, Bijan. No, Olave's not a star.
Olave's a good player, but not a star.
Is that his?
Is a star. AJ Brown is a star.
But is Olave
could be a star?
Is Olave not being a star his fault or the team's fault?
I think it's the team's fault because he doesn't have the exposure like some of these guys do. Half the things of being a star is getting the exposure to be it. Otherwise, you're an underrated player. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to make a baseball reference, but Ketel Marte is crushing this season. All right, he's like putting up MVP numbers. He might be one of the most underrated players in baseball because he's on the Arizona Diamondbacks, who, yes, won the pennant last year. But outside of that, what have the Diamondbacks done in the past 10 years?
Nothing.
They made a couple playoff appearances, a first-round loss here and there. So he doesn't get the exposure that,
Bryce Harper?
Yeah, like a Bryce Harper does, whose team is constantly competing. Juan Soto, team is constantly competing.
Fair enough. And yes, I mean, the NFC South, not a big market. I mean, Carolina, New Orleans, Atlanta, what am I thinking of? Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Bucks, Tampa. Not as big of a market. Whereas the East, you have the Giants in New York.
You have New York, Philly, Dallas, and the Capitol.
Yeah, so you can't get anything better than that. That's literally screaming for attention. And as Coach also comments, Malik Neighbors Rookie of the Year. I hope so as well.
Hey, plus 1,300. Let's go.
Yes.
Secure got it in.
No way.
I bet $5 to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, plus 1,300.
How much would you win if it hits?
It's Third plus. So if I would win $100, if I bet $100, I would win 1,300.
So you put 130? No.
No, 130 would be if I bet $1.
Oh gosh. So 130 times
I'm
5.
pulling it up. I'm pulling it up.
Okay. Well, that's well, yeah. That why are we doing this? Okay. The league neighbors. I mean, there's some competition out there for Rookie of the Year. I mean, you have the quarterbacks obviously because they always contend with Caleb and Jaden Daniels and all that. Marvin Harrison is another prospect to consider as well when it comes to the Rookie of the Year race. But I think when it comes to the superstar, potential and talent that's there, Malik Neighbors is just the guy that kind of has the aura about him. I don't know if that's a good word to
Yeah.
explain it, but he
No,
has
he's got
that.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, like he has that in him that Marvin doesn't have it. Drake May doesn't have that. Jaden Daniels somewhat. Caleb, yeah, but he was a superstar quarterback for USC and Oklahoma. Like, what do you expect more from him? So I think Malik kind of has that aura about him, and he's gonna be playing on one of the biggest markets in the world in New York. So I think you had your
$60, a little over $60.
okay, that's not too bad.
$5 bet. Yeah.
I'll take it. There you go. And so that won't hit. If it hits, it won't hit till January or February. Okay, so we'll see.
Right before the Super Bowl, so I can just blow off it in the Super Bowl. We're good.
Nice. Hopefully we're in it. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, other than that, preseason wise, let's see. Well, our Giants beat the Lions 14-3. We discussed that in the previous episode, I believe, right? Yes. Did we talk about the Giants and Lions? Okay, good.
We did a whole episode on it.
All right, just making sure. Ooh, memory loss. Still there for that for me. Bears killed the Bills. Seems like even the Bears backups were just demolishing Buffalo, so they have some question marks, not too concerning, but just like,
Not looking too crazy now, is it?
Yeah, I mean, 33-6, like, that backup's not looking too good. I mean, Josh Allen played a little bit, but
yeah.
Actually, wait a minute. The whole starting lineup played for the Bills. Ooh. Keon Coleman, 1 catch, 8 yards. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Other than that, and yeah, like before we get to the injuries and stuff like that. So we know about the CD situation. Do we expect that to be figured out anytime soon? No.
No, it's gonna drag on. That's
yeah,
gonna.
okay.
Yeah, I can see that dragging on, especially with the owner of like Jerry Jones. That will drag on.
Just pay a quarterback, man. I just pay Dak. You don't pay Dak, you're screwed because they're gonna be 10-7 again in the postseason, and that's gonna put him in no position to get a quarterback.
No, absolutely. Yeah, no. If they lose Dak Prescott, they're gonna have to trade the farm to move up for one.
Mm-hmm.
For Carson Beck or Shadir Sanders.
And Justin Fields.
Have to sign. Or have to sign one.
Yeah, and Justin Fields isn't the answer. I'm just want to let you know, Justin Fields. He's gonna be a free agent. Huh?
Trey Lance on the roster already.
Yeah, and
quote unquote backup option.
They really traded for him, thinking they did something. No, there's a reason why you got him for so cheap.
No, this is a quarterback that was drafted 3rd overall. The Niners gave up 3 first-round picks for, and got beaten out by Mr. Irrelevant. No offense to Brock Purdy.
Oh, of course not.
The 49ers invested a lot into Trey Lance, and were very quick to move on from the 7th round guy. This single that something's wrong with the quarterback.
There's a reason why, he's in Dallas now, because if to be a 3rd overall pick and to be on your 2nd team, that's a bit concerning. That's when you know it's bad.
You trade 3 first-round picks to get you.
The whole quarterback class that he was a part of was just terrible, because it was Trevor Lawrence, right? It was Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, right?
Quarterback? Yeah, Lawrence went first.
Lawrence, Wilson, Lance. So Let's be honest. Trevor Lawrence isn't the best thing in the world. I don't know what. No. But what is it? Is it
Average
him or
quarterback.
is it him or the team?
It's a mix of both, you could say. I think he is not at the next level because of like maybe his game doesn't translate to the NFL. But he's also had, he also sat under Urban Meyer for a year, which stunted his development to begin with. And no offense to Doug Peterson, he's a good coach, but what he did with Carson Wentz when he got back, Nick Foles, like he's never really had to sit with a quarterback and go with. And we'll see if Trevor Lawrence can turn around because he got paid like a top 5 quarterback, like a quarterback who did really well in college. I still think that's Trevor Lawrence living off that draft hype and not actually producing. Same thing with Saquon Barkley. I think Saquon Barkley lives off that draft hype and had a couple of good seasons. When you really look down at it, he's had more underwhelming seasons than he's had productive seasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And well, I mean, I think for the Trevor Lawrence situation, I'll be like, "Hey, Dabo Sweeney, Clemson ain't working out for you these days. You wanna come on over to Jacksonville because they need some juice. They need there's something about that team. They need some juice. They lost Ridley.
They need a player like Jalen Ramsey back there. They need a guy who's just gonna talk.
Yeah, trash talk.
Attention to them. Yeah.
They made the postseason with Blake Bortles. Yeah,
one of the greats. They are a blown call away from a Super Bowl. That fumble was a fumble.
Ooh, I'm gonna pull that up later because I forgot how that play was. But
he fumbled the ball, and he said he was down by contact, but it was very clearly he lost that football. He pulled the play dead, so he didn't run back for a touchdown. They call that play right. It's a Philadelphia Eagles, Jacksonville Jaguars Super Bowl. Blake Bortles possibly has a Super Bowl ring. The Eagles don't have a championship.
Boy, how NFL history could have been. Those darn Patriots. Well, okay, so we know about the CDC situation. That's not going to get solved soon. Dak Prescott, same boat. Hassan Reddick, our neighbors, the Jets, or our co-tenants.
I got some opinions.
Take it away.
All right. Well, this is a horrific job by Joe Douglas and the Jets front office. You don't agree to trade a player until you have it in writing that he's going to sign the long-term contract with you. We saw with Brian Burns right here in New York. We didn't agree to that trade, so we had at least the parameters of a contract extension done. Did we have it 100% done? No, but I would say we had it 75 to 80% done. We knew that when we accepted the deal, a deal done pretty fast with Brian Burns, and we did. I think like that night we had a deal done. Hassan Reddick should have been traded for by the Jets. They should have agreed in principle and then been able to talk to Hassan Reddick and the agent, gotten the deal done, and then accepted the deal. Now you have this situation where he wants out again, and you basically shot yourself in the foot. You're basically burnt assets for a player who's not going to want to play with you. It's horrific management job, and it's just another fumble in a long, storied history of fumbles by the New York Jets.
Is this as bad as the butt fumble?
No, because the butt fumble was on national television against their arch rival.
Fair enough.
Kind of summed up where Mark Sanchez was at that point. I think there were still people like clinging to he won the back-to-back AFC championships. He's, we just got to build a team around him. And then he ran into his center's butt, and then he kind of never recovered from that.
Fair. True. Yeah, I think it's just they traded away Bryce Huff in exchange for Hassan Reddick. So it was like pass rusher trade with like some draft compensation, if I'm not mistaken. And it's like, I understand like he wants the money and that he was going to be playing under a non-guaranteed $14 million contract.
Mm-hmm.
But man, like, you're not that good. He's not
right.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but based off what I know, he isn't a top 5 pass rusher. TJ
Let's
Watt.
pulling up. Yeah, no. Let's see.
Let's try to think of another one. Why can't I think of? Oh wow, that's terrible. Micah
All right,
Parsons.
so
Go ahead. You're good.
he's had 10 plus sacks the past 4 seasons. 12.5 in 2020, 11 in 2021, 16 in 2022, and 11 in 2023.
So he's top 5.
Yeah, he's 20. He's going to be 30, so about it. That's just one like not. But yeah, 4 straight seasons of top 10 production is pretty good. You deserve to get some contract for that.
Could you possibly explain why the Jets may not want to pay Reddick?
He's getting maybe a little older in age, or Hassan Reddick is valuing himself higher than the Jets believe him to be. That could be it. Or the Jets are just trying to save salary cap position to do something else.
So if you're Joe Douglas, what are you doing? You paying him?
I think you have to pay him. You can't trade him because it's such egg on your face. You brought him in, and he's going to be a game wrecker for the Jets on defense. He might be one of their best defensive player, like outside of Sauce Gardner, of course. But he could be an absolute game wrecker for you, and you kind of want the safety net of having a top 5 defense because, like I said, the Jets' offense looks really good, but there's a lot of question marks surrounding Aaron Rodgers right now. It's not, a slam dunk like it was last year. He's coming off that Achilles injury. You don't know what quarterback he is. I think he'll be a fine quarterback. I think he'll be an average quarterback. But even if he underperforms some game, you have a top 5 defense led by, a great pass rush with Son Reddick on it, Quincy Williams, Sauce Gardner, the other Williams brother. That's a really, really good defense. You lose Reddick, you kind of start losing some of that firepower because instead of having 2 elite rushers, you're down to Williams. And then it kind of falls apart from there.
Mm-hmm. And then, obviously Jets fans can make the argument like, we have Jermaine Johnson the second-year player from Florida State. Yes, that's 100% correct. But at the same time, he's still a young prospect who could use a Hassan Reddick on the other side in Reddick. So if Reddick goes,
getting beaten by Ron Jenkins, you can't live for yourself getting beaten by Hassan Reddick.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So at the end of the day, that's a mess that hopefully gets figured out. I don't see him getting traded because it would just be a bad look on Douglas's resume. But at this point in time, I don't know if they're going to keep him because it just looks like a complete mess right now. And I talked about it on the corner booth the other day. It's a matter of who's going to blink first because the Jets aren't going to pay someone until they report to camp. Reddick isn't going to come to camp until he gets paid. So who's blinking first? See?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see about that. Other than that, those are the 2 or 3 players in Lamb and Prescott and Reddick that are dealing with contract issues. And we'll shift over to the other issue going on around here in the NFL preseason, and that is injuries, and more injuries. Because holy fudge, these past few days have been absolutely ridiculous. As of today, we have one notable player in JJ McCarthy who has been ruled out for the season with a torn meniscus. Yeah, we as Giants fans, obviously we expected Sam Darnold to play against us in week 1. But there was that possibility that McCarthy could possibly play if he played well in the preseason, and it looks like those dreams are over. So we'll start with McCarthy. Your thoughts on him being ruled out for the season? Is this in a way a good thing from a perspective was that he's going to be like a red shirt basically this whole year? Or do you feel like it's just a whole devastating point to where he could have started this year if things kind of went south with Sam Darnold?
It stinks from the point of view of he's lost a year of practicing. When you're a red shirt, you can still practice the team and still go out there. You can't dress, you can't play any games, but at least can hit and home, go to the weight room, train, stuff like that. McCarthy, torn meniscus, can't do that. He has to rehab. He has to get himself back to the strength and then look to improve. So
Mm-hmm.
from that perspective, it stinks. From like a mental perspective and like learning the NFL game, learning NFL defenses, sure, this is a blessing in disguise because he's going to be able to sit. He's not going to be forced in the game. He can kind of sit with the NFL quarterback coach and the offensive coordinator during games, listen to the play call, watch Darnold, learn the defense, look what to look for. So from that perspective, he'll have that second year knowledge. It's all about getting him physically ready for the second year, which, torn meniscus, it's pretty hard to bounce back from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think he already got surgery already. I think I'm not mistaken. But he's gonna be ruled out for the year regardless. So it's the Sam Darnold show now. Minnesota kind of looks screwed because if you don't get breaking news, but the Giants signed someone. We'll get to that in just a bit. Kind of safety. But so in Minnesota, you left with Sam Darnold, and then you have Jaron Hall, who played a few games last year for Minnesota when the quarterbacks in front of him went down, or when Cousins went down, and then I think Dobbs left, or no, Dobbs went down, and then Jaron Hall came in and played quarterback, and he didn't really play well either. So
Yeah.
in conclusion, Vikings are screwed at quarterback without McCarthy. Nick Mullins is the other quarterback, so that's it's a mess. So Minnesota their chances of contending were already kind of low. It's
because the
lower.
quarterback was such a question mark. But now it's like there's the possibility that, JJ McCarthy could come in halfway through the season and just go on this unbelievable run to a playoff spot. Now you're stuck with Sam Darnold unless they go out and sign a Ryan Tannehill or a Matt Barkley, which seems very unlikely at this point. You're kind of just sitting there with Darnold. You have great receivers in Jefferson and Addison, so maybe they can elevate Darnold's game, but I don't know they can elevate to a point where they can be a realistic playoff team.
And even if they did sign like a Barkley or whoever, they're not the answer either. So basically, what we're trying to say is nicely, Minnesota is screwed.
It's a lost year.
Top 5 pick? No,
they're not. There's too much talent on the roster to be a top 5 team. They're going to win games. They shouldn't. You have Justin Jefferson, and when you're Justin Jefferson, you're going to win games.
Not to put you on the spot, so Minnesota, record-wise, 6-11, fair? No.
Yeah.
No. Okay, fair enough. So that's one injury that happened over these past few days, and then there's us. First it was Malik Neighbors who had that ankle injury. Thank God he's fine. And then there was Tyrone Tracy, and I promise you, when I saw that he went, heard about that he went down, dude, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. We literally talked about running back by committee, and now it's gonna be a no committee because that air cast was.
When you hear Aircast and Cart, you get scared because that signals like something's broken or something's torn, which means he's out a long time.
Exactly. So the fact that we ended up hearing that he was okay, he was back in the meetings with the running back room and the coaches. Thank the gods.
Yeah.
I should say. He will be out 3 to 6 weeks, so he will miss the start of the regular season, which I do want to dive into after we address this comment from Tresner. What's up, my guy? JJ will be the biggest bust this season.
That's unfair to JJ.
Oh, Jefferson. I was like, McCarthy's out. I was like, my apologies to you, Tresner. I thought you were talking about McCarthy. I was like, he's out, isn't he?
But I was Jefferson. I'm like, okay, Jefferson.
It's too confusing now.
No, when you lose your start, he was already getting taken lower in fantasy because of the quarterback situation. And I think the reason why he was so top 5 was the hope of McCarthy being the savior. But now you're stuck with Darnold. I could see a world where Jefferson starts falling in fantasy drafts and could be, more of a, I don't want to say a sleeper because he's not a sleeper, but could be someone who's undervalued.
All I'm going to say is, if Sam Darnold wants to save himself this year, you better target Jefferson like 15 times, dude. Like, don't just find him. He will get the ball. He's literally going to be paid. He's paid as the highest. He's getting paid as the highest at his position. So just get him the dang football and things will be fine. That's all. Literally, that's the same thing we're doing with Daniel Jones. Give Malik Nabers the ball and just let him do the rest. Like, that's literally what these guys have to do to save their jobs. Both quarterbacks are under a lot of pressure this year, especially ours. So
I think Darnold's under way more pressure than Jones is because this might be Darnold's last chance in the NFL. Daniel Jones, I think he gets cut. I think he will sign with the team as a backup somewhere. This is it for Sam Darnold. This is Sam Darnold's last chance. He doesn't make the most of this opportunity where he is guaranteed a starter job and comes out flat, done.
because he's
UFL, he's going to be in Canada, or he's going to be back at USC coaching.
Because he's never had this good of a receiving core in a Jefferson and Addison ever. Like, he was an SF, but as a backup, and then he was with the Jets because of the Jets. And then he went to the Panthers, and they don't even have anyone.
Yeah.
So this is his best chance.
Panthers might have had DJ Moore with him. Like, rookie year DJ Moore, not what DJ Moore is on the Bears now.
The Bears. Have you watched Hard Knocks, by the way?
I've not sat down and watched it yet. I'm going to, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
No worries. Like I told you last episode, just think about basketball when they.
Yeah, no, that also turned me off. Where I'm like, I don't want to relive the '90s Bulls yet again. As a Knicks fan, the '90s Bulls are like a curse word.
Number 23, Michael Jordan. All right, that's
Knicks fan just got PTSD when you said that.
I know. Sorry, guys. Speaking of the Knicks, I think Jalen Brunson got named team captain the other day, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, good for it's an honorary thing, but good for him.
Yeah, he deserves it. I mean, he's just everything you want in a leader when it comes to basketball.
Right now. New York. He's
the really?
King of New York. Oh yeah. No team unites New York City like the New York Knicks does.
That was fun though, just seeing when the Knicks are winning. Like, everyone. Yeah. Basketball was good.
Mm-hmm. You know, basketball's better when the Knicks are good because the Knicks fan base is so rabid, and like every sport, like there's two teams, like, you know, baseball, it's Mets, Yankees. It's kind of like a 60-40, 50-50 split. Jets, Giants, again, 60-40, 50-50. Rangers, Islanders, Devils. Probably more Rangers fans than Islanders, but there's still an equal, you know, distribution between them. Knicks and Nets, it's like 90-10 Knicks fans. Like, for every one Nets fan, there's like 10 Knicks fans. Right? No one cares about the Brooklyn Nets in New York, besides like 8 people. So, you have the entirety of New York riding behind the Knicks. That's why you have these crazy celebrations going on.
Who's a Nets fan? What is it?
Evan Roberts.
Who?
He's a popular radio host here in New York. That's the most high-profile name we got.
That poor guy. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, they lost everyone. Mikhal's gone. Ironically, he's with the. Oh crap! I just forgot he's with the Knicks now. Yep. I remember when people said that wasn't gonna happen. No way, Mikhal goes from the Nets to the Knicks. Why would they do that?
Yeah, I was saying it to be like a joke. Like, let's reunite the Villanova team. Let's go, boys. I'm like, there's no way Brooklyn's gonna trade Mikal Bridges. He's a really good player. They're gonna want to build a franchise around him. It's a nice dream. And then it happened. I'm like, oh my god, the Knicks are gonna win a championship. It was my first thought with my head. I'm like, oh my god, this is the missing piece. Let's go, boys.
If I could find a clip of you saying, let's reunite the boys of Villanova back together, and then put like the SpongeBob like 3 seconds later or 3 minutes later, the Knicks traded for Mikal Bridges. What? Oh, but yeah, the Knicks are taking over New York basketball. The Nets are screwed. I mean, their best player is what? There's Cam Thomas, but then there's
Cam Thomas. It's without question. Then who else?
Ben Simmons in his summer workouts.
What's the summer workouts? Hitting the backboard and having hit him in the back?
He does hit shots in summer workouts.
Cool. Gonna hit him in a game?
No. All right.
So
but back to the Giants, thankfully. Health-wise, Tyrone Trace is going to be okay. So the running back room looks kind of thin now. We talked about it before. It looked kind of crowded, but now it's looking kind of thin. It's Singletary, it's Gray, who we both love, obviously, and it's going to be Turbo. Unless something happens, it's likely going to be Turbo Miller, the running back who kind of has a cool story to himself. And it's going to be the
Think
running back.
Turbo.
Yeah, like that says something. He's a fast guy, and I'm trying to think. Are we gonna sign? No. Wait, why is Turbo questionable? Oh crap, his hammy.
Have like a cold or something going on. It could be something stupid. I haven't seen anything that suggests he got hurt, unless he got hurt like before 4.
Apparently, he got a hammy injury yesterday.
I mean, that could be like, working out again. Go something tight enough.
True. We'll see, but that's just some other injuries. And then Jordan Addison today, he was carted off. Not carted off, was he? Yeah, he was carted off with a leg injury, so that's gonna be a mess. There's a meme I saw of someone playing NFL franchise, and they're like the Minnesota Vikings be like, and they're highlighting the simulate to next season button because man, Addison and McCarthy on the same day. Oof. But let's see. But a report as of 11 minutes ago, Addison's ankle injury is not believed to be serious. This is the initial belief as of right now. So
all right. Well, it makes you feel a little better if you're a Vikings fan or someone that drafted Jordan Addison in the fantasy league.
Yeah. And for some reason, I'm seeing on Twitter that Mexico just threw a no-hitter in the first game of the Little League World Series.
They did. A team no-hitter. Throwing gas in the mound.
Damn. How about it? Okay. Who'd they play? Aruba? God. Come on, kids. Oh, they're kids. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm
11-year-olds.
I'm sorry, man. I was going to yell at them. I was like, they're kids. Wait, the Commanders signed Tracy McSorley? Oh, play the song.
Yeah.
Throw it on a dime. I'm going to get copyrighted. Never mind.
Yeah, we're on YouTube. We can't do that.
I know. But no, honestly, injury-wise, we saw the Guardian caps on a few players in the preseason so far. Jonathan Taylor was one of the notable players. James Daniels of the Steelers on the offensive line was another. What are your thoughts on the Guardian caps, Brian?
I think they look ugly, but if this makes a player feel safer, reduces head injuries, you're going to learn to live with it and just be okay with it. That's where I sit. If this makes a player safer, makes the game safer, make more guys want to play harder because they're not risking injuries, I'm all for it.
Okay. And then let's see. I think that's kind of it injury-wise. We didn't, yeah. And then, well, this guy isn't injured, but apparently he wants to come back to the NFL. Colin Kaepernick says, well, not says, but he wants to come back to the NFL, basically. The Chargers' head coach, Jim Harbaugh, offered him a coaching job, saying he'd be a tremendous coach if that's the path he chose. Listen, buddy, I'm talking about Kaepernick here. Nobody wants you, okay? We don't want you in New York because, God forbid, something bad happens to Jones and DeVito. I'd rather sign...
I'd rather Nathan Peterman and be fun.
Oh, yeah, dude. Him with Dable, like their days in Buffalo. Oh, that would be fun. But that's so much better than the Kaepernick. No, we don't want him. The Niners obviously don't want him back. No team in the NFL wants him. And he's like, I'm still working out, hoping the NFL will take. No one's going to take you, bro. You've gone through like 3 workouts. Stop, okay?
Your chances. You've had the XFL reach out to you. The AAF reached out to you. The UFL reached out to you. Canada reached out to you. The NFL held a training thing for you, and you didn't go to it. All right? So you scream and cry wolf. Stop. We've given you the opportunity, and you don't want to take it.
Wait, why didn't he go to the NFL one again? Because he wanted to do his own thing, didn't it?
He wanted to do it in his high school or something like that. He didn't like the field, but didn't tell. If you would have talked to the NFL, I don't want to play here. I want to play here. The NFL at least would have compromised with you. Okay, maybe we won't put it here, but we'll put it here.
Yeah, the NFL they're not a-holes. They'll work with you. And he's like, nah,
They wanted the publicity of you. They're going to work with you. And no, you blew it. You blew your shot. You haven't played in the league in almost 10 years. You're not the same quarterback you were 10 years ago. Even when you were in the NFL, you lost your starting job to Blaine Gabbert. Everyone seems to forget that part.
I forgot it too. It's personally, I forgot who was replaced. He's a Blaine Gabbert.
Blaine Gabbert.
Holy crap! No way. That was a dude. That few years of Niners football was an absolute mess. You went from Kaepernick to Blaine. Wasn't there a coach? Oh my! What was their coach? Was it Chip Kelly?
They had Chip Kelly for 1 year, and they fired him.
That
he got
was
fired
bad.
from Philly, went to the Niners, then went to UCLA.
And he said, "All right, I'm cool with that." No, he's at Ohio State now, isn't he? He's the OC. Yeah, he's the OC. He's the offensive coordinator for the Buckeyes.
Ryan Day just continues to shoot himself in the foot.
Woo! Go Buckeyes! Oh, speaking of which, we'll get to NCAA later, but they're running back in the game. Holy crap! The little spin move. Oof. That's a doozy. But yeah, I think Guardian, back to the Guardian caps. It looks, it's safe, but just the whole look of it doesn't look great.
It looks rough. They need to figure out a way to not make it look as rough, but
I would just say just make the helmets better. Like, it's not that hard.
It's really. Like, okay, we have the Guardian cap. Can we figure out a way to put it on the helmet and not make it look horrific?
Yeah, or better yet, put it on the inside. Put it on the inside of the helmet. Whoa, we're reinventing the wheel.
Not that hard, guys.
I swear. NFL be taking way too long. Just like Disney, bro. When they're over here, like, coming up with new ideas and crap. Like, oh, now we're making Incredibles 3. Whoa! Years later, bruh. Incredibles 2 came out fudging. Oh, I caught myself. Fudging in, like, the early 2000s.
No, that's Incredibles 1. Incredibles 1 came out in, like, 2000, like, and the second Incredibles was, like, 2019. There was, like, an 18-year gap between 1 and 2. This gap makes a little more sense.
Oh, crap. I don't know my Disney history. What the heck? Incredibles 2 was 2019. I
want to say 2019 or 2018.
What the flip? The first one was 2004. And what? Oh, my God. So now we're making a third one that's coming out next year. So we went from a 14-year gap to a 7-year gap.
They're improving. The next one, Incredibles 4 in theaters in 3.5 years.
They better not make a fourth one. No, they're done, because it doesn't make sense. You know how you seen the Incredibles 3? Yeah, the eyes. You can't add an IV. That makes no sense, unless, well, the daughter's name is Violet, huh? Now that it would just mess up the whole thing.
He thought about it, like, wait a minute, hang on here, this might work.
Okay, so the I's and then the V, so that means maybe Violet takes over, but it's like, there's Dash, but then there's no Roman numeral with the D in it. So, what other Disney movies coming? Toy Story 5? Yeah, 5. Apparently, they're going up against electronics.
Yeah, that's a cool story, but that should have been Toy Story 4, not Toy Story 5.
What was the fourth one again?
I didn't see it, but, like, I heard it wasn't good. It was like Forky, who was a piece of garbage that, what was her name? Bonnie? Was that her name?
Yeah, Bonnie, yeah. She was introduced in the third one.
And, like, arts and craft, and, like, loved it, thought it was a toy, but, like, hated itself. Like, this is a really weird message to send to kids.
And we wonder why. Nope, I'm not going
Toy
there.
Story 3 is the canonical ending of Toy Story. It's the perfect ending.
And we wonder why depression rates are up. Nice job, Forky.
I don't know what his name was. Forky. Great job.
Was he a spork? No, nah. I'm pretty.
No.
That'd be weird.
He might have been a spork. I think it was a spork.
Oh, God. I'll find it later. Ain't no way. Thank God. I thought you were gonna say spork. I was gonna say you gotta be shitting me. Whoo, boy.
There he is.
Let me see. Oh,
I'll share a screen in a sec. Here we go. There he is.
perfect. Let's go. We'll await this screen share. Do 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 do.
You see it?
Let's see. I do.
Wow, that's
What
bad.
in
Yeah,
the
that's sporky.
what the f-
There he is.
You gotta be kidding me. Oh, that's ugly. That is disgusting. No, this is why. Okay. This is where we make it. This is where we have to call things. Okay. I love it. I love how Disney's trying to relate back to the world and the world and everything. They have failed miserably with their TV shows because oh my God. I grew up, dude, and I'm sure you grew up with the Disney shows, right? So like the Power Rangers, and then there was like some
Nickelodeon.
shows. Yeah, like Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
Oh, you were Nickelodeon.
No, Power Rangers Nickelodeon.
No, it wasn't. Disney was Power Rangers.
No, Nickelodeon was.
You
Power Rangers
lying.
Samurais on Nickelodeon.
Bro, what the freak? I swear to Bob, I thought it was Disney. I saw my crap on ABC and Disney.
There might have been a Power, but the Power Rangers I watched was on Nickelodeon.
You got the knockoff Power Rangers.
I got the real Power Rangers. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, other Disney movies are coming out too. There's Moana 2, that's fine. Avatar.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Avatar. Do I see what? Oh my God, I saw Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar 3 is coming out. Fire, something with fire.
Something, yeah. Let me check right now. Snow White, the live action's coming out next year. That's gonna be cool. Mufasa, the live action Lion King. Mufasa.
Yeah, it's the prequel to Lion King.
And then Avengers: Secret Wars, 3 years from now. Oh boy, that's gonna be a while. And then I think I'm excited for the
Captain America movie. Yeah, I mean MCU's got some work to do to rebuild the trust in everyone, but yeah, there's a few movies to be excited for.
Yeah, like when they're bringing back Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't know if that works.
He died. Just not. Why would you?
Exactly. Like you had this great emotional ending to Tony Stark character. Why even remotely bring him back? I know Doctor Doom's would be in a mask most likely, but I would want like no connection. Like, okay, Iron Man is Tony Stark. That's RDJ. Let's find someone else and make him a star.
If I see his face one time in the movie, I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a problem. I'll be like, that's Iron Man. What's he doing?
He died. Leave it.
Even have like casuals being so confused. Like, I missed. How did he turn evil? Why is he now Darth Vader?
Like with Captain America, at least we're going from Steve Rogers to the Falcon, which I love personally.
Explained in Endgame. It's like one of the final scenes is giving him the shield. So like even if you don't watch like the TV show and stuff, you're like, oh right, yeah, in Endgame he gave him the shield, so he's Captain America now. That makes sense. RDJ, it's like, oh, he's.
Do you agree, by the way, with what Captain America did at the end of Endgame, where he went back in time with his girl instead of coming back?
I can't blame him for it. Like he said, he wanted to retire, and he knew Steve Rogers was technically still frozen in Antarctica, so him going back doesn't really change anything.
I mean, he did find his girl.
He found his girl, yeah. He went back and had a happy life.
But doesn't that change everything?
I don't think so. I think it's different with Marvel. I don't know how it works. I think it's different that everything's okay still.
Got it. Because I was thinking, like, if, for example, like if we didn't have a show today, or the rest of the day would be like different compared to what it's gonna be like later. Like the butterfly effect.
No. Yeah. It's the theory that if you step on a butterfly in prehistoric times and come back, a nuclear war could have happened because of a series of events. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think with multiverses and stuff, I think it changes everything. I don't know. Marvel's confusing.
They better figure it out. I'm
I
sorry.
like one timeline where everything happens linearly. It's very easy for me to follow.
Worst Marvel movie. Go.
Ooh, Eternals.
Haven't seen that, but I believe you. I'll go Captain Marvel. No hate towards Brie Larson. Love her. But sorry.
Yeah, Captain Marvel was up there for me. That was high.
Man, that was terrible.
Yeah.
They call themselves the Guardians of the Galaxy. What a
Bunch of
bunch of
a-holes.
a-holes. Okay. Before I scare the audience. Okay. Move. Way to go from sports to Marvel movies. I love it. But yeah. Other than that, let's see. Oh yeah. So a couple more things. Yeah. So recently, past couple nights, 7 hours of sleep combined. Yeah, not good. I can explain myself for one of those nights, and that was because the Bachelorette was on. It came out. The recent episode came out on Monday night into Tuesday morning. I am hooked, and this is week 6. So the Bachelorette, who is the first Asian American actually to be the main character of the show, she had to go from 7 to 4 guys. And this one guy, I really thought he was good. He has the looks, he has the physicality, like the physical traits were there. I believed in him. I did. Like he seemed off because, like, from a talkative standpoint, me and you, we're good talkers, Brian.
Right. Yeah.
This is why we're here. But this guy,
more quiet and reserved.
No, it's more like he says he doesn't know what to say. Like, he was literally put on the spot because in this episode, whoever hasn't seen it yet, please just might as well skip like a good 2 minutes in past this episode. I'm just saying, if you haven't seen it yet. I know, Brian, you're not going to watch it, so they can just... It's fine. So this dude was on a podcast on the show as part of the episode, and it's where she gets to question him on, like, get to know each other more. And she's like, what do you like about me? And this dude just goes off on a tangent about like stuff that's irrelevant. He's like, I love you, but doesn't like go further with that. Yeah, bro, it's legit the same freaking mindset, basically. I swear. And then and she wants it to work. Like, she really, really, really likes him. Like, she sees a future with him, but she wants to find an emotional connection. And I swear to God, in this episode, 3 mother fluffing times, she asked him, what do you love about me? Well, you say you love me, but what do you like? And at the end of the day, this dude says, honestly, when I first stepped out of the car to see you, I didn't expect it to be you. He expected it to be these 2 other girls from a previous season. So I'm like, you gotta be kidding. And keep in mind, this dude was the same guy that got the first mother fluffing rose on the first episode. It's the first impression rose. And they made out for like a good 2 or 3 minutes, bro, on the episode. Okay. I'm telling you, this dude had all the physical traits. She loved him. Well, she had an interest in him, I should say. And this dude costed himself a chance at love. Not just because he expected someone else to be on the damn show, but like he couldn't get out what he loved about her. My love is physical touch. Bro, there's more to that stuff. Are you kidding me? I was so pissed. That was what I want to talk about today. I swear. If you love someone, you have a reason why behind it. Don't go, I love you, and just go on some, it's because you're selfless. What makes her selfless, bruh? Elaborate, you son of a bun. That's why he got eliminated. So screw you, Jesus. I hope you don't find love because honestly,
wow, it's brutal out here, bro. I want everyone finding love.
No, he sucks. Ain't no way he gonna find someone. I swear to God. But the other contestants, they were great. They were fine. 2 more contestants got eliminated. Unfortunately, one of them was also one of my favorites. His name is Grant Ellis, but thankfully, it seems like everything was kind of just set up anyways because an hour or 2 later after the show ended live on television, he was named as the next Bachelor. So fudge, he's not losing anything anyways. Yeah,
out these guys. Like, okay, that guy didn't get picked, but he was, he's got a good personality. He's got funny. We can market a show around him. So come on, let's go.
Let's go. Like, he's tall. He's a basketball player. Yeah, he just fits what we want. So yeah, he's the next Bachelors, but he was eliminated, so that was sad. The other guy he at the end of the show he had to he called his mom and he was like crying and says like, "Mom, I got sent home." And everything. So, at the end of the day, this show, as much as people want to clown on everything and all that stuff, it is, it is real life, because at the end of the day, someone's trying to find love, the guys and or girls, depending on what the show is, the Bachelor, the Bachelorette. They want to find love. So now we're down to 4 guys now. 4 guys I respect. I think they'll be good fits for the woman. Her name is Jen. But to the dummy who costed himself because he couldn't doesn't know how to talk, basically. You suck. Okay. So anyways, I'll be back next week to talk more about the show, because it's gonna go from 4 to 3 and to 2. And it seems like, based off what we're seeing from the trailers and crap, she may not choose anyone. We shall see. We shall
waste
see.
of time.
No, because here's the thing. I'll say one last thing. Because this was when, I think it was last week or the week before. They showed, like, coming up in the future for the Bachelorette. At the end of the credit scene, she goes, "I can't let you propose to me." And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, bro. There ain't no way you don't choose anyone.
Yeah, no, I just want to watch the television.
26. What's up?
That's the whole point of watching the show, is to watch that happen.
Brian, 26 guys apply for the show. Okay, 26. I could be wrong. 26 guys, and you don't pick anybody? Nah, you better pick somebody. I don't care. Yeah, you pick somebody because they're all good fits. The guys that she has, they all have something about them that I think viewers can like relate to and like about each one. No matter who goes home or whoever gets to be the winner, they're a good pick. It's just your preference. Spoiler, my preference, Marcus. Marcus is my preference. He's from the military, actually. He was a veteran. Good dude. I like him. They're all great fits. But I swear to Bob, if you walk home with nobody, you just wasted I will never watch the show again. Okay. And she's Vietnamese. Hey, come on, man. Make my country proud, bro. Please. Please. For the love of God.
I don't ask for much. I ask for so little. That's all I want.
That's all I want, man. I watched this show not just for her. Well, I mainly watched it for her because she's the first Vietnamese person, but these other guys want love, man. Just give him a shot, please. Next week's episode is hometown, so she gets to visit each of the guys' hometown and meet the parents and everything like that. So that's gonna be fun. So we shall see. But that's enough about the Bachelorette. Holy crap! I'm about to go on and on for a cool minute if we went forward.
Family Guy nailed it, because I just remember watching the Family Guy episode when they were on The Bachelor, and I'm like, oh, I know all that.
Oh,
Family Guy.
I got you. Family Guy is at least a comfort show for me. I just I put an episode on when I'm working. Oh man, it's relaxing. Another thing is relaxing is NCAA, which is our final topic of the day. How is your dynasty going, Brian? How's everything with that? Are you still playing, I assume? Notre Dame, I think, is the team. But
yeah, I'm still going Notre Dame. In the 5th season right now. Big recruiting class coming in. A lot of 5 stars, a lot of 4 stars. So future's bright. We are ranked 10th right now. Fingers crossed. Get a few big games coming up that will test the boys, but we're ready to go. We're ready to go.
Okay, Coach Freeman. I see you. I see you, Coach. Yeah. Yeah, for me, I rebuilt Cal. I won a national championship with them, thankfully. But I got bored, so I was gonna rebuild San Jose State. They weren't the best fit, so I was gonna rebuild Notre Dame. And I was talking with Brian about this off air, guys. Jeremiah Love. He's a fool. He is. Is
dangerous.
Is he one guy that could win the Heisman this year in real life, or is that kind of a bit of a reach?
Not this year, but at some point he could definitely win a Heisman. I think he's got another year of development. Because I think he's a sophomore this year, I want to say.
Oh crap! Oh yeah, he has.
He's
time.
young.
I was gonna say he has time then.
Yeah.
I know you released an article. So before we head off for the episode, um, I do want to ask about an article you recently wrote for BELLYUPSPORTS.com. You
Yep.
mentioned a prospect that was committed to Notre Dame, but is possibly rumored to leave for somewhere else. Could you elaborate on that a little bit more for our listeners and viewers who haven't seen the article,
Yeah.
and go from there?
Yeah. So Notre Dame, the big thing Marcus Freeman has done better than Brian Kelly is recruiting,
Mm,
without question. Notre Dame is bigger recruit battles, better name recruit battles, getting higher profile guys that you just weren't getting under Brian Kelly. Big time recruiting classes, and they recently, last year he was a 4-star. Very recently became a 5-star quarterback prospect. Deuce Knight, dual threat guy, big physical guy. I think he's like 6'4", got a rocket arm, can move with the legs, threw for over 3,000 yards and rush for over 500. Like, this kid is something really good. This is going to be This is a program changing guy in Deuce Knight, because Notre Dame for the past 10 years has fielded really good rosters, but they're just missing that star quarterback to take them over the edge. Like, they don't have a guy who late in the game can just air the ball out. They've had nice quarterbacks like Ian Book or Sam Hartman, but no one that is at next level going to be first round pick.
mhm.
Deuce Knight, if he plays well, could be that guy, and he's been very vocal about coming to the Irish, in recruiting guys to come play for us. He was in a lot of comment section of other top recruits, like, "Hey, you should come join me in South Bend." So that's a huge plus for recruiting. If not only is this team recruiting me, but someone my age wants to go play with them, that's kind of a good offer. I'll go play with them.
Mhm.
The problem is, has come out in the past couple of days, is that he still has a very strong desire to play in the SEC. He's from Mississippi, so he's grown up on SEC football. He had some friends go take a trip to Auburn, so he tagged along and ended up liking Auburn, I think, a little bit more than he thought he would. And now the concern is that he might flip to Auburn instead of coming to Notre Dame.
Okay. Um, yeah, I think for me, my thoughts on that is that, look, yeah, it seems like he's a superstar quarterback. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know a lot about him, because I don't. The most I know is from what I read on your article, Brian. So
Yeah.
if he does, what are the chances of him like actually like decommitting in a way? Is it high? Is it 50-50? Is it like 60-40? What are we thinking?
So I would say I've seen on like the websites, I've seen like 75-25 that he flips. The only reason why I'm worried he flips is because of two very high profile names in recruiting who get this right a lot. Folks say he's gonna flip, and then that strong desire to play in the SEC and play close to home. Like, you know, Auburn is very close to Mississippi. He was rumored to go to Ole Miss, which is his state school. Those two places are very far away from South Bend, Indiana.
But obviously, if I stand corrected from a winning perspective, Notre Dame is the best option, because I don't. It doesn't seem like.
From a championship pedigree, history, both, it's better than Auburn and Ole Miss. They both might play in the SEC, which is the king of college football and all that. But Notre Dame, even though they don't, even though there's programs that caught up to them, they're still one of the best programs in the country, and a constant, especially with a 12-team playoff now, a constant playoff threat, thus making them have a shot at a title.
So do you think he flips?
I don't think he'll flip. The only way I think he'll flip is a lot of his high school friends team up and go to Auburn. I can see him following them to Auburn. But
Okay.
if not, I think he'll stay committed. Marcus Freeman does need to get on the phone and like, hey, we need to let's go. Let's get this ironed out. What can we do to reconvince you to not have any second doubts, second thoughts? You're coming to Indiana. Let's go.
Send the house, like in
Yeah, we need Marcus Freeman to send the house, sway, or do the 40 points in the soft pitch. That's what we need from Marcus Freeman right now.
Contact friends and family. Send a DM.
Contact friends and family, DM players, social media, and the soft sell.
Oh, and then you're
The
gonna
hard sell.
and you made a great point as well because with Knight originally committing to Notre Dame, he has contacted other people to come join him in South Bend, which makes it even better. So if he does decommit, I assume the other players he helped bring in, would they possibly leave as well, or do you see them possibly staying, or is that undetermined?
It's Pandora's box. You don't know what's in it until you open it. So if Deuce Knights commits, yeah, there's a very good chance that the recruits he helped bring in leave, or the recruits that are still up in the air and had Notre Dame as a potential landing spot because of Knight. Well, that's all right. Knight's not there. Boom, not going there now.
Mm-hmm.
But also have fallen in love with the program because of Knight, and it means so much to them now that just because Knight's not there, hey, I still like what I heard from Freeman and the coaching staff. Sucks that Knight's not going to be there, but I'm still going to go there. It's all like an individual. It's all about where their mindset is and how they think about playing the next level.
Fair enough. Well, so we shall see with that. Northern football is almost here. College football is almost back as a whole. So we'll dive into some more Northern football in the future episodes, but we also have the NFL to discuss as well. NFL division previews aren't over just yet. We covered 2 divisions so far. We got 6 more to go in the next few weeks, so we'll try to figure things out from there. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for episode 13 of the 13 podcast. We appreciate y'all for listening and watching. We'll be back in the next episode with another division preview. That is going to be we did the AFC East already.
Yep.
Do we have 7 divisions left?
Yeah, because we never did the North.
Oh. 7 divisions in 2 weeks.
I was going to say, I don't think I missed an episode, but I might have. Oh, Nate's coughing.
I'm good. Yeah, so 7 divisions in 2 weeks. We'll figure it out. So I think the AFC North will be next, and then we'll do the South and the West, and we'll save the NFC East for last.
Yeah, let's do reverse order. We'll do all the way to the AFC West, and then go NFC West, NFC South, NFC North, NFC East.
You got it.
So, snake draft.
Woohoo! Oh, fantasy draft. Yes. Oh, okay. So we are going to be having a 3rd and 10 league podcast league, fantasy league. Holy cow. We are working on that. Brian's already in it. I have a couple of friends of mine as well are in it. We are at 4 guys. We're looking at 8 players as a whole. So unless we can make it 10, but it's likely going to be 8. So I just want to update you guys on that. The draft likely won't be until the end of the month because injuries are scaring the crap out of me. So we'll wait till then.
You need your fantasy draft to take place between the last preseason game and before opening night. That's the sweet spot because you know the injuries, you know who won the position battles. There's no question marks.
Exactly. So when that happens, we'll have it live on air. But like Brian said, it's if we felt like it was best to put it towards the end of the month, that way the injuries and stuff kind of take its toll, and we can evaluate which players to draft from there. So other than that, folks, we thank you guys as always for your support. We are almost literally to 100 subscribers. We just need 1 more on our YouTube channel, that is Nate Productions, where all the 3rd and 10 clips will be there. You can follow us on Instagram as well at 3rd and 10 Pod. Working on clips as we speak. My second job is going crazy on my mental state, so just working on that as well. But yeah, clips, YouTube channel. We go live on YouTube as well, like on Facebook and Twitch and X and Instagram. So all the fun stuff you'll find there on our social media and all that stuff. But until next time, I'm Nate. That's Brian. We hope you enjoy, I should say, this episode, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.